result you wanted, but still, I mean, main event, you know, big time title shot against, you know, perhaps the greatest of all time. You go to the 5 full rounds. What's the emotion like for you right now?
It's really disappointed. I don't know. Man, I don't know what happened. I did exactly what I told everyone I wasn't going to do. I let Jon Jones sit back and be Jon Jones. You know, I don't know, I guess sometimes you just go in there, it's not your night, I guess, but that's just not good enough for me. I don't know, I just couldn't pull the trigger. When I did, I didn't combo up like I was supposed to, and I don't know, man, I didn't do anything I was supposed to do, except for defend the takedowns, and I think I did a much better job of checking kicks than I have in the past, but my cardio held up, so all you fucking idiots can stop talking about it. I mean, that's really the only positive I can take from this, man. It's a whole fuck ton of negatives, that's for sure.
I'm curious, because you said right after, you know, I did what I was supposed to do, and it went against. I mean, is it something about the moment, or is it something about just Jon Jones? Is it, you know, something he does in there that makes it, you know, the game plan kind of go out the window?
No, I don't even think he went out the window. I just didn't do it. I don't know what happened. Honestly, man, I don't know. I've been trying to, we've been sitting back there talking. I don't know, man. For whatever reason, I just didn't pull the trigger. It's never happened to me in my entire career. Like, you guys have never seen me sit there and sit idle. It's just not my thing, you know. I don't know what happened, but it sucks.
The last thing for me, I mean, it seems like you're really frustrated over anything else, but I mean, are there positives to take from this? I mean, there's people who said you didn't deserve to be in there, and you went 5 rounds. I mean, Jon Jones has run through people in the past, and you made it to the end. He praised you for your durability after. So do you take any positives to say, I belong here, and I'm going to continue to belong here?
Well, I mean, I absolutely belong here, you know, and I think that the fight alone proves that. And I don't know what other 205ers going to fuck with me. I just don't see that happening. I mean, I was in there, you know what I mean, and it wasn't. I don't feel like I got ran through. I just kind of got shut down. I mean, I don't feel like Jon Jones just went in there and beat the shit out of me. I just couldn't get going, you know. And I mean, that's Jon Jones, though. I guess, you know, he you know, I said I needed to force Jon Jones to fight me, and I didn't do that. You know, you know, he didn't fight me. He nullified me. And it's gonna haunt me for a long time, and you know, I'm gonna have to get back to the drawing board and sit down with Mark and Scott and figure out what the fuck happened.
Anthony, congratulations on a great effort. Did you feel like the kicks to the body, those spinning back kicks he had, took anything out of you and slowed you just a little bit? That maybe that was a reason that you couldn't get your offense going?
It could have been. It could have been. I mean, as far as the effect that the body kicks had on me, like physically, it wasn't there, but it definitely gave me something else to look for, you know. But again, that's we worked on those time and time again, and it just, I don't know, for whatever reason, his timing was a little bit different, and he set him up a little bit differently than he has before, you know. So I mean, I didn't see anything that I wasn't prepared for. I think that I dealt with the oblique kicks pretty well. You know, I don't think he really got any of those off that were effective. You know, I blocked almost all the. What did he throw? Like 10 head kicks. I think one of them got through just a little bit. I mean, he didn't do one thing that I wasn't ready for, and that's what the frustrating part is. I didn't see anything that I haven't been seeing for 9 weeks.
Can you explain what happened? Both, you know, he seemed to have that illegal kick to the head first, and then the illegal knee. First, the kick, did that get through to your face, and then the knee? Can you kind of talk us through sort of what your thought process was after that landed?
Yeah, the kick was hard. The kick was really hard. And you know, I kind of got lost for a second. You know, trying to figure out. It was one of those times, like, was I on my feet? I couldn't figure out if it was illegal, and I realized, like, no, I was sitting on my ass. And Herb said it was to the body, and so we kept on going, and then the knee happened, and again, you know, it's confusing when shit like that happens, because you're not expecting it, because you know you're down, which is exactly why I wasn't coming straight to my feet, because Jon times that stuff so well. You know, you kind of got to time it perfectly. So, you know, I don't know, man. It was the two hardest shots I took all night.
Did Herb say anything to you afterwards about that? I mean, did he talk to you at all about the, the kick to the face?
No. I imagine him and Mark Montoya and Bob Bennett and those guys are going to have that conversation at some point in time for me.
And I wonder if you can just kind of, is Jones as good as you thought he was, or do you feel like maybe he wasn't as good and that you showed that he was over?
Well, that's a beatable man. That I didn't walk out of there thinking, wow, he's a lot better than I thought, or like when Rampage lost to Jon, you stood there and said, like, this kid's for real, this guy's good, like almost laying out to Jon. I don't feel like that. I'm not going to take anything away from him because he did a phenomenal job of doing what he had to do tonight. But that's I don't have the feeling that's a guy that I can't beat. I just didn't do. I didn't do anything I was supposed to do, and I still went, and I still was in there. It wasn't like he ran right over me and made me look like I was. I don't feel like I got embarrassed. And I'll be back. Jon Jones and I will see each other again. That's for sure. Because there's no one else in the entire fucking division that's going to do anything about that. I don't care who it is. There's no one else that's going to stop me from getting back to Jon Jones.
Anthony, back here, all the way in the back.
Gotcha.
Just point blank, is Jon Jones a dirty fighter?
I don't know. Are you talking about the kick and the knee and all the other bullshit?
Even prior to your fight, I think that there's some idea as well.
As far as the PD stuff, man, I mean, it'd be really easy for me to sit here and blame it on that, man. As far as that goes, no, I don't think he is right now. I'm not saying that he's not. He has never been. I'm not. Again, I'm not going to give Jon a pass. I think he has used PDs in the past, but I think that right now he's a clean fighter. Until I see the knees and the kick, or the knee and the kick from the outside, I don't know what he was seeing, so I can't answer that question either.
And you've been in there with former champions, you've been in there with hard hitters. What's the biggest difference in the level between a guy like Jon Jones and those other fighters at 205 that you fought?
I think it goes back to his fight IQ. He's smart. He made a lot of good decisions in there. And he's I hate to say it, he's long. He's hard to get to. He was harder to get to than I expected. But he was smart, man. He made a lot of good decisions, and he went back to the well on the things that worked, but not too many times where you could start to time it or expect it or get a read on it. He's smart. He did a good job of playing his game.
Anthony, right here. It sounds like you're processing this more as a loss as perhaps some things that you weren't able to do and not so much what Jon was able to do to you. And if that's the case, what was the missing link for you tonight?
I'm processing it like that because that's how it happened. Again, Jon didn't do anything that I wasn't expecting him to do. He did every single thing I expected him to do. I just didn't do what I was supposed to do in response. And what was the second part of your question? Sorry.
That was you just answered. I said, what was the missing link? Then what?
Yeah, that's it. I didn't do. We had an answer for the oblique kicks. We had an answer for the head kicks. We had an answer for the front kicks down the middle. We had an answer for all the stuff on the cage, the elbow fighting. And I almost had to goad him into the elbow fight. He didn't want to. I had to let him do that to try to land my own elbows. And obviously that didn't work out that well, but. He did everything, and the only part of it that I really was able to nullify was the wrestling part of it. I just don't know why. I didn't do any of it. It's the most frustrating shit in the world.
Anthony, what was your corner telling you during the fight? They saw what you were doing or what you weren't doing. Did they try to get you on track?
Yeah. That's one of the most. That's why I feel so terrible. They're just frustrated too because we worked so goddamn hard on this and trained so hard and so many people sacrificed man, you know, just that I had to be offensive and I had to go. Like, you gotta go, you gotta fight him. Like, you can, you know, like, you have to go. And then, I don't know what happened, man. I don't know.
So in the beginning of the last round, when it was clear that the fight had gotten away from you on the scorecards, it looks like you started off a lot more fast-paced. Did you, just for that moment, did you feel a little freer to just kind of see what happens if you throw something out there?
Yeah, that a little bit, but he started in orthodox that round, and I was having a lot of success when Jon was standing orthodox. And then he switched to southpaw, and then I had to back off a little bit because his rear side attacks from southpaw are really, really dangerous. So that was part of it, you know, and I was just trying to get going, you know. It was like I was trying to force myself to pull the trigger. I know I just keep saying I don't know. It's never happened to me before, you know. And I wasn't worried about what he was going to do back. I wasn't worried about the counter. I just couldn't go. I don't know, man. Maybe that's what happens to everyone with Jon Jones. Fuck, I don't know. But, you know, we'll get back and just figure it out. Thanks, guys.